We got my pal Jesus over here. Anyways, um, yo, what up? Anyways, um, why do I own so many guitars? Um, Usually it's because of the pickup configuration. Is that it imagine, Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Um, they both taste completely different. Most people will say one is better than the other, but they're both colas in the end of the day. So it comes down to taste, and you want to have both sides of the coin. So I don't simply just want to own a humbucker guitar. So I'll switch to, a Strat with a Hot Rail, or a Jazz Smasher with Jazz Smasher pickups, a Telecaster bridge pickup, or and a different Seymour Duncan. I really like pickups for that reason, and to wait for the chance for the time to reward yourself organically in a band setting or something like that in this day and age with the music industry, it is setting you up eventually for failure, and you only have so many good years, and seeing how like good times comes for those who wait is kind of not really, like it depends really. If you're like, I don't want to get into a whole, music thing. Some people are just more socially energetic, introverted, extroverted than others. But like, I haven't played in a band. I never got the chance to, organically have the chance to play in a band. Nobody asked me. Nobody asked me to upload this. Nobody asked me to play in a band, and nobody, asked me to go to a radio station or even a studio. You essentially have to be your own producer for nobody. It's not you know, a demand. But essentially, pickups, yeah, that was a guy over there, but pickups have a different sort of niche and a different side of things, because some of them might be sound hotter, some of them might sound warmer, some of them might sound icy and nice, and I really find those interesting. So I have a bunch of pickups, which I don't like, and I still want to collect toasters. I want to collect humbuckers, JB Juniors. But waiting for that time to come is never the time, because like I feel like a lot of people say like you have to be a musician and reserve yourself that role, or wait your turn to be a musician, and then in a live setting when you get a new guitar, then you can do it. But like, in this day and age with Gen Zers and the music world nowadays, I don't think that's just going to happen by itself. If you get what I'm saying. I just upload all this stuff. I can't produce and mix my own stuff, but you essentially have to produce your own record, mix it, and release it. And hiring some Chinese people to just press some stuff for you, or whatever. Like, it is that bad nowadays. Like, I thought it was going to be a little bit, like a little bit 1970s. You sit in a studio room, there's a bunch of other people helping you, but no, there's like some millennials, some Gen Xers telling you suck, you can't play properly, you can't this, you're not a pianist, essentially in a guitarist form. You just quit your hobby, etc., etc. When you have had a bunch of these demos which you thought sounded good in your head, but doesn't make a revenue. And then you see this sort of artist pop into fruition, into existence. She just like has a billionaire father who can just like put her in the spotlight immediately, when like you've been 3 years of high effort, practice and all this stuff, and nobody saw any opportunity with me, and I'm just like aging to this sort of mug. I used to be more attractive back then, and even then there wasn't, you know, a chance that it was like music with physical instrument is dead. So it's a highly niche things, you know. People used to like, oh yeah, rock and roll. You gotta get all the chicks if you play guitar, and it's like, no, that's never gonna happen. It's like a nerdy. It's essentially the new train collecting hobby, you know, for autistic people. It's literally that, you know. It's literally basically neurodivergent and autists who only care about guitars and stuff like that, who are like nichely nerdy about it. Like undiagnosed or diagnosed is usually just like a very autistic thing, like you know, train collections, kinda in a way. But you know, it's just really weird. You know, but I'm going to get some gold foils, some toasters, some Filtertrons, and you know, like I have like a guitar building course here, so I might actually build something, which I'm proud of. I don't know, but I want to paint my own guitars. That would be really cool. That you can't replicate that. You can't replicate that. That's unique to me because I'm joking. Yeah, bye.